What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another course. In this episode, we're going to be giving away this Discmania Sensei right here with the active premium plastic. All you got to do in order to win this bad boy is make sure you're subscribed to the channel and leave a comment in the video. Enjoy the video. All right, guys, we have made it to South Dakota. Going to be playing Black Hills State University. They have a really cool community here in Spearfish, South Dakota. A lot of cool touches to their tee sign, but this course that we're playing today was the first 18-hole course in South Dakota and the fifth course to be placed in a college campus. So pretty cool little history. I know they redesigned this one as a 21-hole, but hole number one just going to be starting going across the field here. I believe they do soccer, maybe some football, but missed my birdie putt. Going to be starting off with a par there. So hole 201. Pretty easy shot. I'm pretty sure once these trees grow up, though, this will make it a little bit more challenging. And then a few obstacles around the basket. So pretty simple hyzer. You have plenty of options on what you want to throw here. But I was just throwing that pyro on hyzer and able to tap that in for a birdie. So 237 par 3. This one, the row or the parking lot doesn't really come into play unless you like really throw one way too hard. But Spearfish is an absolutely gorgeous little town. If you're coming from the Wyoming area, it's like one of the first bigger cities that you pop right into. If you're coming in from another area, it's one of the last cities. But it's on the west side of the state. And from here, just missing putts early, never a fun feeling. That one just popped right out. So going to be taking another par. But some cool little touches that they had of the previous course that's still there. So kind of preserves the history a little bit. And moving on, this one's going to be playing downhill slightly. So a few little trees. I'm sure once these trees continue to grow and become more mature, this course will definitely have a different feel and look. But I ended up catching one of the ones that they planted just a little early, so taking a birdie there. So 277 par 5. Had to walk backwards to get to this one just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Kind of, they are bunched a little bit close together on a few of these, so you got to be cautious when you're playing with other disc golfers. But today there was only one other group that we saw. So happy with that shot. I was throwing the Envy there. So moving on, hole number 6. Majority of these have 2 different pin locations. And if I were to tell you if it was red or blue, you're going to be talking to the wrong guy on that one today. But this one, in between those trees, and a lot of these do start off pretty short, and then I know after you move on a little bit, they do increase in distance. But another one of those putts where we're just, a little short. That always happens, though. Just have to get into that right mindset and just keep playing. So this next one's hole 7 is going to be playing in between the trees. Going to be throwing that Envy again. So kind of a little tunnel, and it'll just funnel right into the very end there to the basket. So I ended up clipping a tree and ended up being a decent tree kick, so can't complain about that. Was able to cash that one in for a birdie. So hole 8, 216. A pretty easy hole here. But once again, I think once those trees do grow up, this will become a lot more of a challenging course. So for right now, you can just throw up and over everything. And throwing that watermelon pyro and just getting it really close. So hole 9, 160. There's going to be a double Mando. This was actually a pretty intimidating hole once you walk up to it, because about 100 feet is where you got to hit that double Mando, and it's maybe about like a 6 to 8 foot gap. And I just got really lucky there with my James Conrad Envy and just peered the gap and ended up hitting the bottom of the cement elevated basket there. So I was very excited about that one, especially getting that on camera felt really good. But hole 10, after hole 9, you know, hole 9 is really like inconvenient in my opinion. You do have to walk quite a bit to get to it, and then you have to walk all the way back to 10. And it's quite a ways out of the way, but it is definitely a fun hole. So 10 is going to be going all the way across, and you can tell there's a lot of trees that are going to be coming up, and here in a few years definitely be a different course. So hopefully that'll be the last time I say it though. So 295 par 3. This one has a split tee pad, so it shares with 14, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 14. So 11 and 14, you can kind of see where they added a little extra to angle it off different. Seen quite a few courses that do this, but it's pretty just one of those hyzer shots again, and I don't think I could ever recreate that putt right there. It's just another one of those where I'm glad it was caught on tape. So had a few of those shots today. But hole 12, this one's going to be OB in quite a few different areas. I know that shot put area, that fence, and then the sidewalk over there as well. Going to be throwing my Tesla here. And that Tesla can definitely just keep moving. I thought the distance was 350, and it went a little bit further. I didn't take into account the slight downhill, end up hitting the building and just kind of falling right there. And just airballing that putt. Luckily it didn't roll or anything like that. So taking a par, moving on, hole 13. This one's going to be, as you notice, they kind of zigzag a little bit. This one's going to just be going the opposite way up on top of this hillside. So throwing the pyro, just having to go out pretty far wide and then come back in. You got plenty of options on what you want to throw with this one as well, because it's just straight in front of you. Nothing's really blocking it. Hole 14, this one is once again going to be zigzagging, going back and just slightly on this hill. So this is the one that we shared the tee pad earlier, but that was just one of those ones where I knew that I shanked it just a little bit too far right and did not have a good shape shot on it. So it was pretty far away. Just wanted to have a good layup there, make sure I didn't fall down the hillside and have a roll away. So hole 15, as you guessed it, going to be playing back to the other side. So what, 11 or 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, all just kind of zigzagging between this field. And so just going to be throwing another stock hyzer. I mean, no danger here. Just did not get a skip. This grass was pretty catchy. So another par. Hole 16, going to be playing kind of back where hole 1 was, except we're on the far end of the field now. And just going to be going across with this one. So throwing the reactor here. And I felt pretty good on the angle that I had it on, but that tree just ended up catching it and shooting it down. Had a little bit of a roll away, as you could see there. So just wanting to get it close. And then from there, tap in, get another par. I was definitely on a par train here. Never a fun feeling, but hole 17, going to be pretty short, blind shot. You can throw hyzer or you can throw a big sidearm like I'm selecting to. I just felt like the angle of the hill, if I threw that hyzer and coming in, catching the edge, it may have rolled down. So I felt like this was the better option. Able to get that birdie, landed pretty close. This one is a triple mando. My first shot was just not even paying attention to the triple mando. So I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Didn't even read the sign. So I threw a volt, just a big volt on hyzer. And then my wife was like, oh, hey, you're supposed to throw it in between there. So I did, I guess, cheat a little bit on this one. I'm just going to go ahead and say that now, but I was not aware of the triple mando. I did not think they'd want us throwing near that field goal post, but always pays to read. So hole 19, going to be playing uphill. There is a road that's to the right, which is out of bounds, but the sidewalk is safe, and did not quite get enough flex on this one. Ended up skipping into the road, so just took my meter and was able to save a par there. So 2 holes left, hole 20. This one is going, or this may be the last hole, actually, I lied to you. This one's going all the way back across and throwing the octane here. And I believe there's a little goalie that's right behind it, which is OB, if I remember reading that correctly on the sign, and I ended up catching one of those branches and it just dropped me right before it. So I was very grateful for that. So I was able to finish with a birdie.
Black Hills State University in Spearfish, South Dakota. This was my first course in South Dakota. This is actually where my wife wanted to go to college. So this is actually how we heard about this. And when we got here, found out that it was the first course in South Dakota, and it was actually the 5th course in the nation that was built. So pretty cool history here. The design sometimes has you walking quite a bit from hole to hole, but overall, there's a lot of unique little holes here. Ton of fun, had a great time playing it. So if you guys are checking out Mount Rushmore, check out Spearfish. It's about an hour drive. But also I know they have another one that I didn't get to play, but heard a lot of good things about, which is Spearfish Canyon. Had a little bit higher rating than this course. So, both of those are definitely a must. Really cool community here as well. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for the support. Take care.